Hi, I'm back. I wish I could say with a vengeance, but apparently only with a video. And while I was looking through my CodePen stuff for something, I came across something different, which is this thing where you can see I'm moving the cursor and the whole arched panel is moving around. And it's slightly buggy because I dragged it all the way to the end, but that red thing didn't go all the way to the end. It doesn't always go all the way to the end, even if I'm with the mouse cursor all the way to the end. So yeah, it's slightly buggy, which is why I think I can do a better job now with the new CSS features. So yeah, let's dive right into it because you're not here to hear me yapper on. So let the number of slices, it's going to be 8, just like in the previous demo. The number of edges of the polygon we place them on is going to be 20, just like for the polygon in the previous demo. And now we're going to have a slices container, and within it we're going to have a loop. So for I going from 0 all the way up, spacing all the way up to n. Okay, unintentional funny face. Slice, and we're going to set the index as a custom property. So style, wrong key, okay, so we're going to use a range input to drag the arched panel because I don't know, it's more touch friendly this way, I think, than just moving the mouse cursor. So range, and we're going to get back to this, but for now let's just put something on the screen. So let's say we're going to give our panels, we're going to make them tall ones, so we're going to give them a width. So let's say 25 viewport width, yeah, no, like that. Okay, and the height, they're going to be taller, so let's say 2.5 times the width. Okay, and now for our slices, so slice, we're going to give them these dimensions, so the width and the height, and we're going to give them a background, which is going to be that image from above, the road. Okay, something's wrong, but seriously, what the heck. Now this is going to be interesting. So tell me, what do I have there? What went wrong? Okay, yeah, and slices, that's what went wrong. Okay, so now we're going to take all divs. Okay, so my voice is horrible. Ew. It's like I have something stuck in my throat. Sorry about that. It's slices. Let's top 50%, left 50%, and now let's move this in the middle. So we're going to set a margin which is minus half the height, so minus 0.5 the height, and pretty much okay, the same for the horizontal dimension. And now we're going to have all slices in the middle, and we're also going to want to have some sort of offset for each and every slice. So here we're going to set the background position, and this is going to be calc I, and this is going to be times minus the width of a slice, minus the width. Okay, and the background size is going to be and here I'm going to need a number of slices actually. So let's say we're going to set this in a moment, times the width, and it's going to be 100%. Okay, and here we're going to just set that. Oops, what the heck did I do? This. Okay, so the number of slices, style, the number of slices, watch out what you're writing. Okay, so this should do it. And then I want to distribute them on an arch. So I'm going to use a transform here. So transform. And first off is going to be a rotate Y. And this one is going to be, again, it's going to use the index I, and it's going to times -1 turn, because I want it to go the other way. So yeah, over the number of slices. No, actually I want the polygon number here. So let's just copy this. So the number of edges of the polygon is what I actually want there, not the number of slices. Okay, so this is going to be, oops. Okay, and on the slices I also want to set a perspective. So no, actually I'm going to set a transform perspective. So let's, where's that damn button? Okay, perspective, something like this. Okay, and now you can see they're rotated, but now I also want to translate. Okay, and I want to translate them backwards. So okay, this is going to be, I'm going to need to compute a tangent here, but before that I'm going to need to compute the base angle. So this is going to be 2 pi over the polygon edges. And what I want to compute here, to position these things on that polygon in the back, is going to be the inner radius of that polygon. So for that we need to get the tangent of half the base angle. So the tangent is going to be half the base angle, half 0.5. Okay, and now we're going to set this tangent as a custom property. And here we're going to just compute the inner radius. So this is going to be half the edge length, which is the width of a panel. So that's going to be 0.5. Yeah. Okay, and it's going to be over the tangent. So over this tangent custom property. Oh, and it's going to go in the back, not in the front. So it's going to be with a minus in front. Okay, so yeah, this looks good. And the thing is, I can also add a rotation. So rotate Y, rotate Y, and let's say it's going to be something like 90 degrees. And now you're going to see how it moves. Okay, so it can be even more, something like 120, but it doesn't really matter at this point. So yeah, we're just going to leave it at 0 for now. So it's going to go to the initial position, and we're going to want to set an initial value for the slider. So this is going to be 0. The minimum is going to be 0, the maximum is going to be 100, which are the defaults. So we're not going to sweat those too much, but just set the value here. Okay, and we're also going to want to set it as a custom property. So okay, and we're going to change it from the JS. So we're going to have add event listener input. Okay. If this is not going to work, it's because I typed something wrong. So here we're going to set document body style. Yeah, that's set property, and this one is going to be, yeah, that was correct. Okay, and we're going to have event target value. Okay, so this should do it. And just to see that it's going to work, we're going to set the rotation here. It's going to be calc. Okay, the value over 100. Okay, and then we're going to have the number of slices times or one turn over the number of polygon edges. Okay, so this should do it. When I drag the slider now, it should rotate the whole assembly, unless I did something wrong. Okay, so it does work. Yippee! So cool. Look at this. So nice. Okay, we have those tiny little gaps, so I think we can just do a slight correction here. So scale X, and it's just going to need a really tiny value, so something like 0.01, and maybe even smaller. Maybe that may be a bit too much. So do I still see? No, I don't see it with this. Do I still 0.02? I'm not seeing it with 0.02, 0.01. No, that's enough. That's enough already. So yeah, and if I go even smaller, do I still see it? No, I'm not seeing it here. So as you see, it only needs to be really tiny. Wow. Okay. This. Okay, so it only a really tiny correction. Okay, so now that I did this, so we have the whole thing. It's functional. Yippee! Okay, now let's make it prettier. So this is just the fluff, which is probably going to take me more time than just making it functional. But yeah, let's set overflow hidden on the body because it looks ugly with that scroll bar. Let's give it a background, but a nicer one. Let's say it's going to be a repeating linear gradient one. Let's say something like this because I have an idea of something I want to do. And it's going to be 45 degrees. Okay, not 45 deads. Yeah, that sounds almost murderous or something. So we're going to have some thin stripes, and they're going to be thin gray stripes, 0 2 pixels. So we're using the double stop position, and then we're going to have a slightly darker gray, something like this. and it should do it. Okay, I also want to set here margin 0. Actually, no. Let's take this out of here. Let's put it here. Okay, and set the height to full height. Okay, and this should look nicer now. And something else I want to do is do a slight translation here. So translate Y. This doesn't really matter where it's placed relative to the perspective, because it's a translation in the Y-axis. Actually, it does matter, but it's better if I have it before. Okay, so that may be a bit too high. Maybe just 20. I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to depend on the screen as well. So yeah, whatever. And I also want to style that range input. Okay, this is going to be fun. I mean, I did write an article about styling range inputs, but I hate doing myself. So yeah, did this a lot, still hate it. Okay, especially this part. WebKit, slider, thumb. Come on, this is atrocious. Why do we have to do this? Why can't it be easier? Slider, runnable, track. WebKit, appearance, none. And this is going to make it disappear. Ooh, where is it? Okay, now we're going to need a couple of mixins to style the damn thing. So, oh, I think I actually have. Yeah, this is a very useful button, fold all. So yeah, 2 mixins. Mixin track. Okay. No. Okay. Border none. Background. Let's make it a light gray of sorts or something like that. I don't even know. We're going to give it a width of 100% because it's going to cover the entire thing, and we're going to set a track height So let's say this is going to be something like 0.25 amps. So the height is going to be track height. Okay, so now I'm just going to get here, also set position absolute, and no, it's going to be again this thing that I don't like writing, and therefore I'm just going to copy paste, include track. Okay, this is showing something. Next I want to do something about the thumb. So let's say thumb width is going to be something like 4 amps, and I'm going to set bottom here. It's going to be the thumb width. If I could spell, that would be amazing, but I can't. Okay, let's make this right, and let's make this left. I still wrote something wrong. Okay, what's... yeah, I can't believe I pasted that there. That is horrible. Yes, this should work. sort of. Seriously, why doesn't this work? I mean, it's absolutely positioned and it should work. Right, bottom, left, yeah, it should work. So why doesn't it? Ooh, it's absolutely positioned. And yeah, this is really funny because it should work. Okay, let's give it a width. So let's give it a width, which is going to be calc minus twice the thumb width. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, now this is the track. Let's do something for the thumb. I think we're just going to start with copy pasting this, and this is going to be the thumb width. Okay, make this crimson. Okay, now something we want to do, make this work in Firefox as well. So and this is going to be range, which I often misspell as rage. Pretty much the feeling that gets raised inside of me when I try to style this stuff, but oh well. Replace all of these with thumb. Okay, and this should do it. Okay, this is moving nicely, isn't it? Okay, so UP, we have something functional and it looks decent, but let's make things more interesting and add something like a reflection. Now for this, of course, the calc stuff is not going to work in pre-Chromium Edge, I believe. But this stuff that I want to do right now is definitely not going to work in pre-Chromium Edge, which is why I didn't use the Microsoft prefix for the range stuff. Absolutely position this top 100, and then I'm going to have a right 0, left 0, and height 100% as well. Okay, and the background is going to be inherit. Okay, let's say content. It's going to look like this. Okay, so I have the thing duplicated down, and I'm going to have transform scale y -1, y indeed. Okay, and next we're going to use a mask. So let's say we're going to have something like this. Mask. This is going to be a linear gradient. So let's say I do wonder about it, but okay. So linear gradient, and it's going to be red. No, it's going to be transparent to red. Let's see how it looks like that. Transparent, red, and now if I use it, it should, yeah, it's starting to look like something. But maybe here I don't want red, maybe I want to have something RGBA 0.5, something like this. Okay. What is happening? Oh, I need to interpolate this because it's a custom property value. True. Okay, this looks nicer, but I want a faster fade. So let's say I want to do something like this, and this is going to be 0.1. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have hit that. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's make it. No, apparently I can't use a keyboard. Let's make this work in Firefox as well. So like this. Okay, so we have the thing with the reflection now. And I want something a bit different on focus and hover, so let's see. Focus. Outline, let's say solid 0, transparent, and filter none. Okay. Okay, I don't know how to scroll apparently. Filter, grayscale, and it's going to be, let's make it 1. I don't know why. Okay, so here let's say transition, and let's specify the filter property because it's going to be worse for performance if we don't. Okay, so having done this, there's something else I want to do. No, don't do that. Okay, so like this. Okay, I want to set a filter right here as well. So filter, and this one is not going to be an invert filter. This is going to be something like a contrast rather. Something like this, but again I'm going to have a transition filter, something like this. Let's collapse the before, and on hover we're going to set filter none. Okay, so okay, this is looking like something. And now if we go over these, yay, you can see. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Something else I want to do, let's see, here I want to do something like a cursor pointer or something like this. Or maybe I could have like a move cursor or something like that. I don't know. Depends on what you prefer. I'll just leave it with this, and I'll end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and if you want to show your appreciation for what I've been putting out for the past 8 years or so, there's a Patreon link in the description, or you can get me something off my wish list. The links will be in the description as well. Or you can at least share this to show the world what can be done with CSS these days, because honestly I think it's pretty damn cool. In any event, thanks for watching.